What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news on February 9th, 2025. No, 28th, the 8th. It's February 8th, 2025, my mistake. But we're going to be talking about what is going on in the world of professional wrestling with the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know, including Mercedes Moné to appear on Saturday's AEW Collision tonight. And then we got Paul Ellering, like today, he said the sun shines on a clear and robust future. And LA Knight might bring back a dummy someday, but isn't feel it right now. And Undertaker then mentioned that the men in WWE figure out they had a step their game up due to the women. And also we got Seth Rollins doesn't think anyone in AEW is on the level for Luca Doncic and type trade does say, and then we got an ringside report of WWE 2K25 spotlights changes to submission ladder matches, and more and much more. Starting things off, we're going to be talking about AEW news as their reigning defending TBS champion along with other championship belts that she had in her possession, the CEO Mercedes Moné, to appear on tonight's Collision. And it says right here that the CEO herself is said to appear on the February 8th edition of AEW Collision. Moné's appearance was confirmed by AEW on social media. And it says Moné is the reigning defending TBS champion and New Japan Strong Women's champion and Rev Pro Undisputed Women's British Championship. She has been said with Harley Cameron and her Moné puppet in recent weeks, which is very hilarious. And I mean that by kind of reminds me of Simon Miller with his puppet, Simon Says. But anyways, Cameron is set to perform on Saturday's AEW Collision, which you can see on AEW's X page that says that the CEO herself, Mercedes Moné, will be appearing live on this particular AEW Collision. And what it says right here, and we've got the full card right here that's been scheduled. We got Harley Cameron's concert, which is probably going to be interrupted by the CEO herself, and Bandito against the Bad Apple Brian Keith, Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher, Penelope Ford versus Thunder Rosa, the Undisputed Kingdom, most specifically Adam Cole, Bebe, and Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong taking on Daniel Garcia, 2.0's Matt Menard and Angela Parker, and Shane Taylor Promotions, most specifically Shane Taylor, Charlie Bravo, and Sean Dean. Yeah.
I got Pokemon.
Yeah, you did?
So later we will play
Pokemon. Okay, no problem. But anyways, and we got the so-called Rainmaker, the bitch man Kazuchika Okada, and Buddy Matthews will go face to face as well. We got the glamorous exhibition match with Mariah May and a jobber that has not been announced. And we got Dustin Rhodes in action as well. And we got the appearance of the CEO herself. Why I'm doing this, Mercedes Moné. What are your thoughts on tonight's AEW? Now I know the full card and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But excuse me for a moment. I can complain about it. Tell me if you want to do that. Anyways, yeah, what are your thoughts on the full card? Now I know, and now I can get to advertise it after I make my football video. And also, yeah, I will be making a football video, football news video. It's just gonna be the season finale, and the reason why I'm doing it because I'm not sure if I have time to do it tomorrow. Like, just hours before the big game, like, and also like for me doing a post game review video on that as well, which I'm talking about that the Chiefs are gonna be making that three-peat, baby. But anyways, let me know about this in the comments. And what do you think what the CEO is going to be doing on the show, which I already assumed that she's going to be interrupting Harvey Cameron. I mean, it'll make sense when it comes to the storyline and the feud and stuff like that to build things up into him, which Harvey Cameron could convince her or giving her a shot, like just to shut her up for good. But I think Anthony Khan should have had her do a couple of matches to prove that she can be winning. And then even despite not being the TBS champion by dethroning the CEO, maybe they should continue could consistently and continue to build her up and have her keep winning matches, even if it's against jobbers or even against the main AEW wrestlers on the roster. Like, just have her keep winning and get her wins after wins after wins. But let me know all about this in the comments down below. Let's move on and let's talk about Paul Ellering. News as he says today the sun shines on a clear and robust future, and it says on Friday night, WWE released Paul Ellering and the AOP from the promotion. Wait, what? This is some very shocking, intriguing news. Like what? Like the AOP and Paul Ellering? Like for the second time? Like what? Anyways, the trio was aligned with Karrion Kross and Scarlett, like as the final testament. They had not wrestled since the January 2nd edition of the WWE main event taping, and had not appeared with Cross on television over the last month. Well, Ellering took to social media to comment on the future following their respective releases, and you can see it right here. It says that he wrote on his post on X. WWE. Yesterday the clouds covered the bright sun. Today the sun shines on a clear and robust future. Hashtag AOP, the most prestigious one, hashtag Mega. But you can see for yourself on the post from the former WWE stars or the former WWE manager, and that has them alongside with his clients, I guess you could say. And it says Fightful Select has more details regarding the release of AOP and Ellering, where previously released by by WWE in September 2020, but they returned in 2024 and aligned with Karrion Kross and a returning Paul Ellering. But before I reveal on what Fightful Select's revealing, or no, I don't think I'm not sure if I can do that. I have an issue, but I'm gonna ask you this question anyways. Like, what are your thoughts on the shocking release of the AOP and Paul Ellering? I did have no idea. That's the one thing I did not hear from the news lately in the world of professional wrestling, that these guys were gone from the company, or just got gave him the axe, which it must have just happened just a day ago. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your thoughts on this very shocking news story. But let's move on to the next slide. But yeah, but I wish these three the very best of luck in their future endeavors, and I hope they find work like elsewhere, like sooner rather than later. Like, but it was just a short run. Like, I don't know what reason why they've been given the axe for, but we're gonna probably figure that out in the future video for a future day. But yeah, but hopefully that they'll find work very very soon. But next up, we got some LA Knight news. Like, might bring back a dummy someday. But isn't feeling it right now. And then we got and now we got a new slogan like for the Mecha Star LA Knight, which it is dummy and he's also a man of many other catchphrases, getting the crowd like to chant "Yeah" for being one of them, as with capital explanations, like and it reminds like them like of whose game is this, like dummy is a catchphrase the the catchphrase he often used before WWE before, and then and that's a new catchphrase, or we're talking about today about a catchphrase that he's a bit familiar with. Let me rephrase it. And speaking on the no contest wrestling with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and T.J. Jefferson, like Knight was asked like about bringing back the dummy phrase, like, and this is what LA Knight say in response: "Maybe someday. I'm not feeling it right now. Maybe someday we'll see." Dummy is currently like not a catchphrase LA Knight needs like to get when he's trying to get all of the stuff in. Knight was in like action on Friday's WWE SmackDown, like taking on Drew McIntyre and Jimmy Uso in the Elimination Chamber qualifier match. Even though it's not the way I would predicted it to be, even though I would have liked it if Jimmy Uso get the opportunity to be somewhere similar to his brother, because he looks like a guy that will also be capturing singles gold, just like his brother. Even though main event Jey Uso is definitely ready to be it, like, because he had it, he has it, and he had it for almost 5 years. But let's let's continue with say Fightful has coverage of WWE SmackDown like every Friday night. Details from the beginning of the 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and like on the YouTube channel Fightful with the full coverage on their podcast. It sounds like your boy Super Ninja Austin here, but let me know down in the comment section right down below what's your thoughts on LA Knight not using the dummy phrase, which I think maybe is not the right time. I would agree with LA Knight, and then I'll ask you, do you agree as well? Just leave your response down below. Next up, we got the Undertaker, and the men in WWE figure out they had to step their game up due to the women. And now we got the dead man shared a moment like with Rhea Ripley at WWE Raw on Netflix premiere, like riding out like on his motorcycle and riding won the women's world title from Liv Morgan. And it says right here, speaking on his 6 Feet Under podcast, like The Undertaker commented on the women's division in WWE. And he explains the whole women's division in its own right has gone up there are time like when I watch, and for a while the women like had a title bit more grit, like than the men did. Like now the women have kind of figured that out, and were like, we need to step our game. Undertaker hasn't been on WWE television since the Monday Night Raw on the Netflix premiere, like, but he has been around the product. Like, ahead of WWE Royal Rumble, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels surprised Triple H again, announced that he's the first Hall of Fame induction of the 2025 class. Like, you you can learn more about it on the link right here. But I guess we're gonna have to move on for now and ask you, Assassinators, what are your thoughts on the Undertaker's uh, yeah, opinion about like what does the women have to take to be to get over, and it's all about it's all about the male counterparts that's co-working with them, that needs to help step in and get them over, like how the Undertaker just did, like with like someone like that, the like someone that's like an ally, or a, I'd say someone like an ally, or even like someone that has a similar gimmick than what the women's playing in the role as. Like what I'm trying to say, but but let me know down in the comment section right down below about that on the matter. And next off, we got Seth Rollins like doesn't think that anyone in AEW is on the level for Luca Don Doncic, yeah, Doncic type trade. Like does say Luca like would be MJF. And yeah, and it seemed like Gunther's not the only Monday Night Raw wrestler that has plenty of vendettas against anybody that's in the All Elite promotion, because the sports world was stunned like when news broke like that the Dallas Mavericks traded like 25-year-old uh, the 25-year-old some was it superstar Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for 32-year-old Anthony Davis. It is arguably the biggest trade and the most shocking trade in NBA history, given the players like involved and uh, their projected trajectories. Like if AEW and WWE were to ever make a similar trade, like how would that look in question? But we got one WWE wrestler in particular didn't share his 2 cents in like that. Like about the question when posed to him by a Series XM sports interview, and then that person is none other than the visionary and the revolutionary himself, Seth freaking Rollins. And this is what he had to say on to the response. Like, you'll make some headlines with this, like, one. Like, I don't, like, think there is anybody, like, in AEW that's on that level, like, while laughing. You're probably, like, looking uh, uh, like looking at it like if you're looking at uh, at a LeBron, like that's like a John Cena level guy. Like look, I'll be looking at John Cena for an MJF. Maybe like they'd be the deal. Luca like would be MJF. That's the level. That's how crazy that is. You can see it right here. You can see it right here on this TikTok post from Sirius XM for yourself.
But I mean, you're probably looking at like if you're looking at a LeBron, I mean that's like a John Cena level guy. So I'd be looking at like a John Cena for an MJF maybe. You know what I mean? That'd be like the deal. Luke would be the MJF. Yeah, that's that level. That's how crazy that is.
It says right here, Davis is set to make his Dallas Mavericks debut on Saturday, which is tonight, of course, and like while making the media rounds, like at the Super Bowl, Rollins was asked like which NFL player like would make a good pro wrestler, which you can find out here, which I'm hoping I can find. Yep. But what are your thoughts on to Seth? What are your thoughts on Seth Rollins's comments about AEW's whole entire company? And do you agree with him that they're not on the level of WWE? I'm not sure when it comes to that comparison that way per se, but I'm not going to say that they're in the minor level. I would say if that's what Seth Rollins is referring to, I have to disagree with him on that one. But at the same time, like it's just I'll say like I'll say AEW do have their success like when it comes to popularity and their wrestlers like being well popular known athletes in the industry. Like I don't think like I wouldn't really agree with everyone say like about that caliber. But when it comes to leveling, I'll say of course like not exactly like beating them when it comes to popularity because WWE's been known for over 60 years. So of course WWE's gonna be beating AEW into that category, yeah. Like because they're the most popular wrestling company in all of professional wrestling and in the world as well, yeah. But but yeah, but I'm just gonna leave it like there. But leave your comments down below with your opinion. But also we're gonna be talking about like Seth Rollins' names. I don't understand why, but Josh Allen as the NFL QB who make a best wrestler, like he's a big meaty boy. I'll say the only way I would think that Josh Allen's a wrestler, like if he was paired into an on-screen relationship with a AEW women's wrestler, which I'm gonna get into in just a moment. But anyways, like we got Seth Rollins says Josh Allen is tough, which where if I'm to be completely honest, like Seth Rollins must be blind, like for him to say this. Like how come he couldn't say anything about about our boy Travis Kelsey could be the next WWE star, considering like he's actually going to be in the Super Bowl, or even I'm not sure about Mahomes though because he don't really seem like even though they kind of tease things with him and Braun Strowman, but that's nothing but just a tease. But anyways, but Seth Rollins is a passionate football fan. The frequent posts like about I love football and I hate football like on tweets like on X, depending like on what's happening with the beloved Chicago Bears, Rollins often discusses like the latest happenings like in the NFL. Like while doing an interview, like he spoke with the multiple outlets ahead of the Super Bowl, and and while speaking to Kay Adams, like on the Up and Adams show, like Rollins was asked like to name a which NFL quarterback like would like make the best wrestler. Like he said in response, like overall in question, like like man, like probably Josh Allen. You would expect that, but he's tough. Yeah, he's tough, man. Like he's not afraid to take a hit. Are you sure about that, Seth Rollins? Maybe you should check out the Chiefs game or in the AFC Championship. But anyways, we got it says right here. like he's not afraid to take it. Like he gets in there, he will lower like his helmet. Like he's like one of the quarterbacks that like you want me to slide in question. Like I'm not sliding. Like you want me to go out of bonds in big questions. Like I'm not going out there. Go out of bonds bounds. Going out of. I'm not going out of. I'm not going out of. I mean, going out of. You want me to go out of? I mean, bounds. It obviously has a U in it. I thought it don't have a U. I'm so stupid right now. It's with a U, like out of bounds. Like I'm not going out of bounds. Like I want the action. I want it all. Like he's a big meaty boy. He can take Allen is the Buffalo Bills star quarterback, which y'all know. I already talked about him on the NFL stuff, like whether if it's football reviews or the news videos. Like, especially with me talking about I'm gonna have PTSD if he runs the touchdown in the end, runs it in for a touchdown. Of course, that's probably infamous into the SNA podcast. But anyways, like Allen, he's now known. He won the NFL MVP award of the 2024 season, like following his remarkable uh, year into the game. And do you agree with Seth Rollins? And do you think he should be the next wrestler? And and I would, and if you think, and if for y'all probably wondering who exactly I mean by when I say pair them up into a power couple, I'm thinking like since that this particular female wrestler's from New York, I'm thinking of Kristen would probably be a perfect power couple on screen, not like in real life because obviously they're married like with their respective husbands and wives, like, but but I would say they'll make a perfect power couple, considering that they both hate Super Ninja Austin. Look, I'm just kidding about that. But Super Ninja Austin's not quite of a fan, and he always like to have the back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs and the CEO always beat them in their respective sports, in wrestling and in football, which they did before, and they're going to be doing it again and again and again, and hopefully that keeps it that way so they can keep the satisfaction for the assassin himself, Super Ninja Austin. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your take on that and what are your thoughts on the Super Ninja Austin thinking that they should have Josh Allen to be on AEW, like be as a power couple with Kristen Statlander. But yeah, and also, Seth Rollins, I'm not sure if thinking this correctly, but I'm just gonna just let him believe whatever he believes. After all, like he's been known as a clown before, so it's not we can't really take much seriousness about him. But anyways, let's talk about we got some reports on from ringside about WWE 2K25 of a spotlight of changes to submissions like ladder matches and much more other match types and gameplay and other gameplays. WWE 2K25 gameplay changes are spotlighted like with the game set to release a little over a month. Like 2K Games has put out a new ringside report on WWE 2K25. The report reveals several changes like have been made to the up and coming game, including like an update like to the submission the submission system, like, and it says like which sees like the which sees the return of the submission wheel like as opposed like to a button like a button mashing system. Like however, like 2K Games has stated that players like can change their controls like back to button mashing if that is what they prefer. I think that's why I prefer, even though some of my fellow YouTubers rather prefer the submission wheel, but I like it when they do the match type of the button mashing, like where it looks like it's kind of like the Royal Rumble, like where you try to eliminate your opponent out of the ring. You can push the buttons like on Xbox, it's like X, B, A, and Y, or in PlayStation, it's X, square, triangle, and O. Like, yeah, like I kind of prefer that because it's kind of like my favorite thing of when it comes to like submission types and wrestling. Like, I just don't know, but I mean, submission wheels, I like it, but like when it comes to preferences and options, I would choose the button mashing, even though even though most of my fellow YouTubers said like the submission wheel was the fun part of the submission game, like on WWE 2K 18, 19, and 20, like they like that like the most, and that was probably the favorite thing about the game. Like one of the favorite things about the game and the submissions and stuff like that. But I would like it, but at the same time, I would like it that WWE 2K25 do make it optional, so everybody could be happy at the end of the day. Like you can do the button mashing, like if it's 2K22, 23, 24, like on those three games. But like but it's gonna be like a mixture of both, like from the previous game from 18, 19, 20, and then 22, 23, and 24, and all like in 2025, like but better. Like, and then it's gonna feature like plenty of modes, like the Island of Relevancy mode, like where it's kind of like NBA Street Ball, like where you play into the outside and into the outdoor basketball court, like when it's like the fenced-in basketball court, like that's what it kind of looked like, yeah. Like, but not like that exactly. But you can wrestle like outside, or even in the, or even at like, or even in, or even in other places that's non-wrestling related places. I guess you say, like even in the island, or even in a parking lot, like with a ring inside, like and stuff like that. Like if it's like if it's a low budget independent company, like I say, like if I'm not trying to be insulting, but I'm saying like it kind of like if somebody wants to do like a universe mode, like if you want to create like if it's an independent wrestling company with your favorite independent wrestlers, like you could just wrestle like in that caliber as well. But yeah, they have that option as well. Like, and they also got some updates on showcase mode, like which they're no longer going to show the real life what they call like they show on cutscene during cutscenes, they show like the real match, like what happened like during the match, which that's kind of unfortunate because me and my family like that how they did that. Like they show exactly what happened. Like for an example, like when they showed like John Cena wrestling like Roman Reigns or The Undertaker or Rob Van Dam. Like they showed like back from like 2003, 2006, and 2021 when they wrestled those guys. Like he like like it actually showed like back from the ruthless aggression and the I'd say the steel fence era, I guess you could say, like and to them like yeah, like with excuse me, with the 16-time WWE champion having those matches on on the showcase mode on 2K23, like with him remembering like all the matches that he lost to, like all those wrestlers from the last 20 years. But but yeah, but that's gonna be kind of unfortunate. But some say like they rather like it to be animated because like so it could be like you can revisit the matches that you will watch from back in the day, but you can do it in the form of a video game, which I can understand that. But I kind of I'm gonna be missing like on 2K 22, 23, and 24, like what they did when they cut in and cut out those cut scenes and stuff like that. Like that what made it very fun about the showcase mode. Yeah, even though some refer it as lazy, which it could be true, like where those animators do not want to do extra animation work. But at the same time, I don't think I see it as lazy. I think I see it as pretty cool. Like the show, like you can like once you have it in the what's it called the cutscenes when they want you to do a certain move, they'll show it like in that way, and they'll turn into the real life turn it into the what happened into real life, like into what happened on the show, like and stuff like that. Like I like with the live action, I guess you could say it in that way, like with that little the live action cutscene. I guess some of y'all would like to call it as, but let me know down in the comment section right down below, like what your thoughts on the gameplays and stuff like that. And it says right here that it says we've updated. It's been said like by the game developer that it's been stated that we've taken a update on the submission mini games, like in other alternative, like to the button mash option, like in WWE 2K25, like you can now switch like things like up, like and use the what it goes is the cider like base like with the mini game like which like uh what prop like players like to use the left and right triggers like to move the sides around like with the show on the screen, and it says right here the like your opponent will of course like try to move their the slider like out like and like the way like while it's it's up to you to try and overlap like it like and it says it to each escape. Like if you're on the receiving end, like or getting them like to tap out, like if you're on offense, like the button mash like option will still be there. Like of course, like for those who prefer that method, which guys like your boy Super Ninja Austin because he loved doing the button mashing because he loved mashing those buttons. Like you should ask the Xbox controllers that question when the next time you see it. But anyways, like there's also an update on the ladder match as well. Like ladder matches, let's say like whether you want to do the TLC version or the regular ladder match, like are played like in one like there is like now like a timer like that players like have to beat like when rapidly like pressing like the button on screen while reaching for the briefcase or championship like above the ring. Like also players like can now hit like a signature like and finisher moves off the top. Wow, like you really can do that. You can do signature moves. I remember like that, you can do finishing maneuvers probably ever since like WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2011 came out. But I already knew that you could do finishing movers over the light like an RKO or a rock bottom or attitude adjustment off the top of the ladder. But like I did not know that you could do signature moves now. Like now I can do like maneuvers like with my character like on 2K25. Like I could just I don't know like what my signature move is. I'm trying to think what exactly it is. Oh yeah. But yeah, but anyways, it says right here, like we got and it says intergender matches will also be plenty of options, like including casket matches, multi person matches, all of which like are available in the for the intergender options. Like for the first time in over a decade, custom like championship belts will also be able to have uh an intergender setting, and I can't believe you can do intergender wrestling now. Like on 2K25, like it's been since SmackDown versus Raw 2000, I'll say 9, like since 2000, since SmackDown versus Raw 2009, since the last, like, that was like probably over 16 years ago. I believe that the last time they had a game like that, yeah. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your on what your like on your what's your thoughts on to this gameplays and like and let me know down in the comment section right down below on what's your thoughts on to the gameplays and the this gameplays and these options and stuff like this. And do you think this is the perfect game of the year? Like, and do you think it's the perfect game of the future? Let me know in the comments down below. I think it sure is. Like with them having these options and also bringing back intergender wrestling and even like and even doing signature moves off the top of the ladder, like for real. Now you can finally see, and also about the intergender wrestling match. Now you can finally see your boy, the Assassin, can have a future dream intergender wrestling match with $1 Million Bayley. Like, so I can show her that who's, like, show her who's, I don't know, like, show her, like, that who's the better wrestler, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what to say. Maybe we could do a 2-on-1 handicap match with kettle chips if I can find them on the creation community. Like we'll do a 2-on-1 handicap match, like where to feature both these two and Super Ninja Austin in a match. But you're gonna have to wait and see, like if I see it, and you're gonna have to wait and see in the future video that I'm probably gonna be making when I'm. I just need to try to find that the double camera, like where you can do like a dual camera, like it'll show me and then it'll show me playing the game, like or like something like that. Yeah. But let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. But yeah, but moving on, we got. But yeah, oh yeah, before we get, we got finally got some more details about the release date of the game, and it will be on March 14th, 2025, just a month from now. And I figure it's gonna be coming out in March because that's when WWE games normally do come out in the new year. Like ever since 2022 when WWE 2K22 came out. But anyways, it says right here. But to get the deluxe edition is going to come out a week early on March 7th, and it says and what are your thoughts onto the game? Like, and are you gonna get your game very soon, or if not get it, or if not already pre-ordered that is, I guess you could say. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And moving on, we got some Joe Hendry news. Like as he names like a WWE main roster superstar he would like to face, in the reigning defending TNA World Champion Joe Hendry, the man that if you say his name and he appears with that side pose, like made his main roster debut finally, and at the Men's Royal Rumble match in 2025, representing TNA as their the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Hendry was eliminated by Roman Reigns in the match, like leaving fans to book potential matches like with Hendry uh, against main roster talent. And that's what he had to say during an interview with Ariel Hawani on his show. And it said, and he stated, like I think like the fans like would be interested to see Sheamus come to TNA wrestling and maybe challenge for the TNA World Championship, like or the Miz for that matter. Like I think like me and the Miz like would have a fantastic program. Obviously, the partnership with being with NXT, maybe Ethan Page could come over to TNA Wrestling and challenges me. I know over. I mean, I mean, I know like nothing. Like I'm just like throwing like some interesting things out there. Like and like hope they might might happen. That might happen. Hendry previously did challenge Ethan Page, but it was for the TNA's World Championship back last year in No Mercy in September. Elsewhere during the interview, he commented on the Royal Rumble appearance, like his Royal Rumble appearance, which we can find right here on this post right here, and let me know down in the comment section right down below who would you like from WWE to jump ship or cross the pond, I should say, into the prohibited portal of WWE's working partners. Working relationship with TNA. And especially for them to challenge Joe Hendry for the TNA World Championship. Do you want it to be someone like a Sheamus, The Miz, Ethan Page, or even someone like John Cena, or maybe even Roman Reigns? Would you like to see that? Which I think that would be a complete dream match if he did face John Cena or Roman Reigns. Like, considering that we never thought we would see TNA being partnered with WWE, this will be a big deal, a massive deal. Just like they did with the Royal Rumble. It's the first time that a TNA wrestler as TNA with them as TNA champion joined the Royal Rumble. This is the first time ever in the men's Royal Rumble, of course, that we've seen a TNA wrestler that's a TNA champion enter the Royal Rumble. And I think even overall, with a TNA wrestler competing in the men's Royal Rumble, considering the fact that we've seen it with the likes of Jordan Grace and Mickie James for the past couple of years, when they were TNA Women's Champion, but they still gotten the invite of entering the Royal Rumble from those 2 different years, of course, that is. But anyways, his name was said, and he appeared, and hopefully that everybody believes as much as the Assassin does, and the Royal Rumble, and the WWE Men's Royal Rumble, because at the Men's Royal Rumble match, Joe Hendry entered at number 15 and was eliminated by Roman Reigns, and it says right here that Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, to the ring, and was recognized as the champion. And speaking in that same interview with Ariel Helwani on the Ariel Helwani show, Hendry detailed his experience, and how things came together. He 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 mentioned, I have been trying to speak this in existence for a long time. I remember walking into the training school back in Scotland. I worked in after Jordan Grace and her stint in the Rumble, representing TNA, and I said, you know what, Mark, Mark my words, I'll be in the next Rumble. Even if it's a sub and a subconscious thing, I feel like when you put something out there to people, you kind of start guiding your actions towards that. It was a great honor. Now, with the partnership between TNA and WWE, it's amazing for both companies, and it was a huge honor to represent TNA on the stage. Hendry noted he was not featured much on TNA television in January 2024, and that it might have been totally observed that he would be in the 2025 Royal Rumble, but he believed. And I would totally agree with Joe Hendry on to that. If you don't believe, you won't receive, I guess you could say, on that matter. And that's what Joe Hendry did. He believed that he was going to be entering that Royal Rumble, and he worked hard with it, hard for it. And yet WWE had the mindset of working with other companies, like with TNA, and then with Japan's Pro Wrestling Noah, and a couple other companies. I guess they're probably doing that so AEW wouldn't try to steal them away from them. But at the same time, it worked in their favor. And I agree with Joe Hendry on another thing, like with this being a wonderful honor that they're now partners and not arch rivals like they used to be. Well, maybe probably because of McMahon, like for that and that caliber, the reason why TNA has been arch rivals with the Stanford-based company, because it seemed like that Vince McMahon wanted to be uh, such a. I mean, it's kind of probably maybe it's too. Oh, they maybe I put some enthusiasm by mentioning the former chairman's name, but you get what I'm trying to say. If he was still around, I would say like this would be very impossible. But I kind of figured like if he's going to be out of the board, like I would assume that there's going to be plenty of partnerships, even if it's not going to be AEW. But I'll say, but I hope that sooner or later that will eventually be a change into that category. But for now, TNA is the perfect like stepping stone for WWE's working relationships outside of their own company, and hopefully that this what's it called, this partnership will last for another 10 years, or well, not another, I'm trying to, but yeah, another 10 years, making it 20 years, I guess you could say, yeah. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below on what you're about on this matter. But let's continue to talk about what Joe Hendry also added, like with him saying like like with him well, he also revealed about his about him like being at the Rumble, and he continued like I heard some rumblings like that, like there was some interest, like it was my boss, like like Ariel Ariel Sh- Sh- Sheener, yeah, like in who Sneener, yeah, Ariel Sneener, like who confirmed it to me. Like I heard like some rumblings, like out like when it was actually confirmed, like it was this is actually like happening, like when you get that information, what you need to think about is how can I maximize this opportunity in question, like when you're the champion like of a company, you're not just thinking about yourself, like you're thinking how can I elevate like in the company, how can I elevate like the championship in question, like those considerations like have how can I like make the biggest impact in big questions, like how can I do something like that will open doors like in future business, and curious questions and wondering questions, like and while asking what it was like in the moment, Hendry replied, the the first thing was I was amazed, like I was amazed, like it didn't leak like weeks ago. Like I made the decision I was going to put myself like in Indianapolis to make it easy. Chris Jericho asked me to do the cruise, like, and I was like, Chris, I'm sorry, like this is going to sound crazy, but I need to keep that Royal Rumble date free. Like I know like this is crazy, like, but I think it's going to happen. Like he was like, all right, like maybe you can join the cruise later. Like I booked a bunch of stuff in Indianapolis, so I was there. We had to leave a signing like early, like to catch a flight. We got to the venue, like, and when I walked like in there, like like uh, and was a lot of familiar faces. Like I got the bag like a conversation with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and I said, if you guys like were me, like how would you approach this in a curious question? Like, and I got a great advice. I had to tell you, like I don't know if he would want me to say this, but the Miz is awesome. Like his catchphrase, he states himself. Like and these guys go out of their way, like uh, to help you succeed. Like as many like people have in TNA. Like I've been very fortunate in the business with people who have helped me get where I am getting to. Like a lot of great advice. Like I really do. I believe it takes an army of people to help someone like myself get better and get to their point. Like it was an awesome experience, and I got great advice. Like I felt welcome, and I felt this confidence, like that. This was a great opportunity for me to show I can get a top level reaction in an arena like with 70,000 people. It was very re- reassuring, like that. Reassuring it did like happen because you did have that thing like where you wonder like how many people do like now like who I am in question. Hendry like lasted less than 4 minutes in the rumble. But what are your thoughts on to Joe Hendry like making his Royal Rumble debut and finally making his crossover WWE debut? Like, and were you excited for this, or did you expected him to come over to the one of the Stanford's biggest events in the history of their company? Like, let me know down in the comment section right down below. And I kind of figured he was going to be making the appearance, like given the fact, but but I was but if they, in case if they didn't, like I would, like I'll be prepared for anything at this point, like and some kind of surprises in any shape or form, which I got right out of here. hmm I think that, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, like I think he will be at the mascot will be at the game tomorrow. Yeah, I think they're both mascots of both teams gonna be there, like the KC Wolf and the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be very exciting, and I think there's gonna be like a dog fight, despite what I posted on my Facebook and Instagram page, like where it shows that where that the Chiefs are gonna beat them by 48-7. Like it was all like from the on Madden 23, like when I was playing that year's Super Bowl, yeah, when the last time they played each other at that Super Bowl game, but it could be anything. But as long as it's the Chiefs wins, even if it's by a field goal again, I would not mind take a win as a win so they could get that three-peat and they hit that three-peat, just like if they're Travis Scott. But anyways, let's move on. Like let's But moving on, we got Josh Alexander news now. From one TNA wrestler to another, as he asked Cedric Alexander if he'd be interested in a family reunion, and Cedric's response is, "Well, we're gonna get into there right now," and it says, like Josh Alexander and Cedric Alexander are both entering a new the new phrases like of their careers. Josh Alexander like will be a free agent. Like following his match with Eric Young on the February 13th episode of TNA Impact, and huge explanations, which I wonder whose day is going to be that day. Too bad I cannot find Axe TV, the Axe channel, because I looked everywhere on YouTube TV. I remember watching TNA Impact like back a few years ago on Sling TV when me and my family used to have that like streaming service, but like I understand why YouTube TV does not have the X channel. Unless if I'm not looking harder, maybe I need to search for that. And maybe if and I'll let you guys know if I can find it. And as much as I would like to make review videos for TNA, I'm just not sure if I'm ready to do that. Unless if it's like starting to get more popular again. But anyways, it says right here that Josh Alexander will be a free agent following his match, like that day, like which I wonder whose special day is that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But anyways, and it says right here, like, and once Josh Alexander will be a free agent in about 90 days after announcing like his WWE release on February 7th. What? Don't tell me. Like along with AOP and what AOP, along with AOP and what's his name, Paul Ellering, and it says right here that it says that on X, Josh Alexander showed some love to Cedric Alexander and playfully asked if he was interested in a reunion, like which Cedric Alexander seemed totally down for it. Which this was his response. And the funny thing is, both their last names are Alexander. But since they know each other all thanks to the business, like that don't matter like what their cultures are because like sometimes like family's not always by blood. Like it's like it's always somebody that you grew up with, I guess you could say, yeah, if that's the right term to put it, but I guess you could say they're brothers from another mother, like the old saying goes as well. Like it showed on to the post, like where it showed on that clip on the Modern Family. Of course, like in real life, they're both legitimately uh, are legitimately related as they are not legitimately related like similar to like the Undertaker and Kane still like great wrestlers reuniting like is always a plus. And the same goes like to the Dudley boys as well, and I guess you could say Edge and Christian as well. But anyways, like fans like can learn more about WWE recent slew like of releases like which we can see like right here on the Fightful Select report, which I understand why it says exclusively on the subscription. We're gonna have to just move on from that. But we're gonna end today's wrestling news with some $1 million Bayley news. And luckily, she's not gonna be bragging about her man's gonna be going to the Super Bowl. If so, he's gonna get another L for the third time in a row against SNA's back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs. But anyways, like in an interview with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and T.J. Jefferson of the No Contest Wrestling, they ask to every wrestler like about their hypothetical questions, like if they were up against 50 Cent against 50%. I mean, I'm talking about against the 50 person, or yeah, like in a bar who could be the four wrestlers like to fight besides them in big questions. And that's what the the former women's champion that's probably worth $1 million, if not 900,000. Oh, that's right, that grumpy old geezer of a chairman's no longer there, so I guess she is worth $1 million because I heard. I heard from one insider that did say that the wrestlers, even the mid Carter wrestlers, are even getting paid $1 million. So I guess she is the women's wrestler that's worth $1 million. But anyways, she named Nia Jax, uh, Naomi, Bianca Belair. Like there is a chick, she's uh brand new into NXT, like the new show like of LFG. Like her real name is Bailey, but it's just Bailey Humphrey. But when it was noted that Bailey Humphrey like would need to change her name, like Bailey replied, like we are going to talk about that because she's starting to get envious, even though that's not really her name, but she's been familiar with that name for over a decade now, so I guess that's understandable. But anyways, she said we're gonna talk about that. Like, and honestly, I could get in there with just Naomi and Bailey Humphrey. That's how insane she is. Bailey Humphrey is part of the WWE NIL program. She has a back a background in a in in a in crop in a acrobatics like in tumbling, and it says right here, Bailey is set to challenge for the NXT Women's Title against Julia and Roxanne Perez at Vengeance Day in a three-way. Like fans can check it out right here. But what are your thoughts on the women's wrestler that's probably worth $1 million, which that could possibly be the reason why George. No, what am I talking about? That George guy, whatever his name is, whatever his last name is, which it's kind of sounds like kettle chips, but but I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep it that way. I guess she loves some kettle chips from him. That's why she's probably in love with this George guy. But, but either way, let me know down in the comment section right down below. And who do you think is going to win next Saturday? Is it going to be Bailey that's going to walk out as NXT Women's Champion, or do you think it's going to be Roxanne Perez that's going to reclaim that championship before Bailey does? Or do you think it's going to be Julia that's going to retain and then she's going to head into Stand and Deliver? Maybe she's going to face Stephanie Vaquer, even though Vaquer is going to be taking on, what's her name? Fallon Henley, right? Yeah. Let me know, yeah. Just let me know what your opinions on to that matter. But I guess that'll be it for today. Assassinators on the wildest and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know. Let me know down in the comment section right down below on what's your favorite news story, like onto this article list. And if you ask me, I would say the scheduling of AEW Collision, like which it features like the CEO is also gonna be there making an appearance on the Collision show as well. Like, and some of y'all probably saying like it's probably because of the $1 Million Bayley, but no, not really. But like even though despite them being, I guess you could say still besties, if that's the right term to put it, but yeah, but I'd say but yeah, I don't know what I'm even talking about right now. But yeah, like now I can finally know what exactly is going to be happening. And then thanks to this news review, the news video, like we heavily learned from the day. We can know like what exactly going to go down on tonight on AEW Collision. But before we can get into talk about AEW Collision, we're gonna go to the next news video for today as well. But first, I want to ask you, I hope you enjoyed this video. And a quick reminder, if you do love this video, please make sure to smash the like button and click on that subscribe button and the post notification bell for those that are that haven't done it already. And also, make sure to check out the next video, which is going to be the football news, where we're going to be talking about for the final time for the 2024 season, the wildest and intriguing football news, stories, and transfers that you Assassinators need to know from the ESPN article, which is going to be the season finale. So check that out, and I'm going to see you guys there in the next 20 seconds, maybe with a different color on, with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, out of here. Bye-bye, my Assassinators. Y'all take care. Super Ninja Austin, out of here. Why I just double phrase myself right there? But yeah, my point is I'll see you guys in the next 2 minutes.